Do What's Hard. The title is Do What's Hard. I know a lot of you listening to this like, sometimes just getting by is good enough for me. Why would I want to do what's hard when I have the option to do what's easy? But let me break it down for you guys a little bit. If you're somebody and you feel like you always want to do what's easy, it's difficult for you to do the hard, this video is for you. Welcome back to the Abundant Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, Ali Banks. And on my platform, I like to bring business and faith and combine it all on one platform. You know, they say that the biggest gap in the world is between knowing and doing. And the reason a lot of people don't execute is simply because they lack the knowledge in certain areas. What I like to do on my platform is I like to bring various entrepreneurs from different walks of life. I like to interview them, let them tell their story, give you guys a few gems that they got through on their journey, just so it can help you get to your destination a little bit faster. But today we have another Word Wednesday. And on Word Wednesday, I like to bring you guys a word from the Bible, something that I've been meditating on, something that personally happened to me in my life, and bring it to you guys. And hopefully it can help you get closer to God spiritually. So today on Word Wednesday, we have Do What's Hard. The title is Do What's Hard. I know a lot of you listening to this like, sometimes just getting by is good enough for me. Why would I want to do what's hard when I have the option to do what's easy? But let me break it down for you guys a little bit. If you're somebody and you feel like you always want to do what's easy, it's difficult for you to do the hard, this video is for you. So before we get too deep into it, I just want to define what hard is. So in the dictionary, it says solid, firm, and rigid, not easily broken, bent, or pierced. Okay. So if you looking at this and you like, man, so he want us to do what's hard, but by the definition, it can't be easily broken, bent, or pierced. Why would I want to do something why would I do that? And I want to tell you the main reason why you want to do what's hard is because it breaks bad habits. It breaks bad habits and it also breaks barriers of belief. But what do I mean by that? You go out and you do difficult things or things that you find difficult to yourself, and it builds your confidence over time. So what did I start to do? I started to realize like doing things that nobody wanted to do, doing the difficult things, it was changing me in areas that a lot of people was like, man, how you even get disciplined in that area? It's because I was doing what was hard to people. It can be simple things. It's like I noticed a lot of people in the gym, they never get on the Stairmaster. Most people get on the treadmill. Why? Because it's easy. You don't have to go up no stairs. There's no incline, decline. It's just a straight walk. So most people, they run from the stairs. But what I decided to do is I decided to fall in love with the Stairmaster. That's my cardio. I get on there for about 2 times a week for 20 minutes. I'm on that gym and I'm going crazy on the Stairmaster. I used to hate the Stairmaster. I used to be one of those ones, I don't do cardio, man. I'm just lift. But then I was like, man, you being too comfortable in this gym. Turn it up a notch. So I was like, what do I find that's hard in this gym? Do that. I want you to do that. God said, do that twice. Whatever you find hard, do that twice a week is cardio. So I was like, that's Stairmaster. Now I love it. I fell in love with what was hard. Because if you get so comfortable doing what's easy, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I'm a big believer in that. So if in the gym you trying to go easy, you want to be comfortable. You know, they say your comfort zone is your danger zone. When it comes to other areas like the job you work at, you're not going to excel forward. You're going to have that same easy mentality. So why do you want to do what's hard? For one, it builds confidence and it breaks barriers of belief. It breaks the barriers of the things that you believe you can do. It says faith of a mustard seed. So when you lean in on these things, it gives you this confidence. Like I thought that Stairmaster was hard. That was something that I mentally had to get over. So I feel like I can do anything. That's what it does. That's why challenges come your way. That's why God sends you difficult. That's why he sends you hard times. That's why he sends you difficult situations to navigate through, because he knows when you get on the other side of it, you become closer to the person he's calling you to be. I had to realize that. My whole life, I'm chasing comfort. People used to tell me like, Ali, why do you always want to be so happy all the time? Emotions are fleeting. So I had to get in the habit of adapting to tough situations, because somebody said, man, if you're having a good season right now, bro, get prepared because the storm is coming. I used to be terrified of that. I'm like, man, why would you say something like that? Like, my life is good. I'm smiling. My money good. But as soon as them tough times came, I used to tuck my tail. I want to stay in bed all day. I don't want to put out no content. Come on, man. Get up and do what's difficult. because it's going to build your confidence. And so I was like, all right, let me break these barriers. Let me start doing back to school drives. Let me start doing pop-up shops. Let me start inspiring people. Let me get a podcast. Let me get a clothing brand to inspire people. I started doing difficult things and I started to achieve at it. And it got easier and easier. And it got easier and easier and easier. And so I'm like, oh God, I see what this pattern is, God. I do something hard, I get good. Do something else difficult, get better. Difficult, better, difficult, better. You do easy, comfortable, easy, comfortable. You see what I'm saying? Easy, comfortable, easy, comfortable, easy. You slowly slipping away. Or you might do this. But either way, if you flatline or go under, you're not progressing. Because you do the same thing, you get the same result. Most people try to do the same thing thinking that it's going to yield them a different result. That's insanity. We've all heard that. We've all heard it. You've heard it. That's not your first time hearing me say that. That's not your first time hearing that. But because you haven't stepped outside of doing something different, you don't believe that there's anything different. You don't want to believe that there's anything different. You ever had a person and y'all just talking and you know the truth 100%. Deep down inside, they know the truth, but they don't want to believe it. That's what a lot of you, that's the relationship a lot of you have with doing difficult things. Somebody told you, hey, bro, if you just do this for 5 weeks straight, you're going to get this reward, this result, this reward. But because you never did anything in your life for 5 weeks straight, you like, that sounds a bit far-fetched, my boy. So you don't even try to do it. You like, bro, I'm going to eat right this week. I'm going to eat a little bad food that week. 5 weeks straight. Nah. But then you finally get into it. You like, okay, 2 weeks come by, 3 weeks. He like, okay, maybe he right. 4, 5. You like, oh, okay. I'm a monster. I'm a beast. It's time to turn it up. All because you leaned on what was difficult. All because you leaned on something you had no belief in. You trusted your gut that God was making you better through this situation. See, it says that God will not stop bad situations from happening. He will just give you peace through those situations. So when you know that, like, all right, tough times gonna come, but God gonna get me through it. And then when the best times in your life come, you can have more gratitude. So I always wake up in the morning and I'm asking God, can you plant some adversity in my life? Can you show me a difficult situation? Can you grow me, stretch me? I pray for adversity. When I say this, people look at me like I'm crazy. No. I want the difficult times because like I told you, difficult time, I get better. Difficult time, I get better. Man, bring me the broke season. Bring me the season where I ain't got that many finances and I'm going to still be right here in front of this camera. Bring me the season where people talking crazy. I'm going to be right here in front of this camera. I'm not moved by nobody. I'm not moved by opinions. Listen, and all of that came from doing the difficult things because I know y'all not going to do it. Why would I care what you saying and you won't even go to the gym for 7 days straight? Come on now. What we even talking about? We're not even the same type of person. We're not even in the same league. This is the confidence that God put inside of me. God is great. He showed me with me, bro, you can do anything. And that is the attitude that I have. You should have the same attitude if we serve the same God. If not, bro, you might well go head on. Stop serving God. If you're gonna be fearful and comfortable and stay in lack, you might as well not even serve God, bro. You might well go start praising yourself. That's not a spirit of God. Come on, y'all gotta wake up a little bit. You got faith in a God that planted trees outside. You go outside right now, you see grass, trees, clouds. Man, that's an abundant God. Woo-wee. When was the last time you planted a tree, put a cloud in the sky, put some grass on the ground? Probably haven't. I mean, it's easy to do right now that we have the blueprint. But God did what was hard in the beginning. He was doing what was hard from the beginning. He said, let there be light, and it was. Come on. You have the same command within inside of you. So what I need for you guys to do is just lean on the difficult times. Lean on the difficult situation. Lean on what's hard. Lean on doing things that are going to send you through pain. Send you through pain. Make you cry. It's growing you. When was the last time you cried for a goal? When was the last time you cried for change? When was the last time you cried for something? When did you got on your knees and cried? Come on. Because you really, really want it. You need God to get you through this difficult time because you pressing through it. But a lot of you guys avoiding the cry. A lot of you guys are avoiding that because you like, ooh, I don't want to feel being that low. But when you feel that low, it's only up from there. And God gonna get you through it. And every season you gonna come out even stronger, more confident, even stronger, more confident. Right? So how do you lean more on the heart? How do you start doing it? A lot of you like, Ollie, I get it. You lean on the difficult times, but how do you get consistent in doing this? So let me break it down for you. How do you lean more on the heart? Challenging yourself through fasting and prayer. That's a really good one. Fasting and prayer. Take something away. Whatever you love the most, take it away. Week, 2 weeks, whatever, and go deep in prayer. That builds confidence. Man, I ain't even think I can go 2 days without that food. I ain't think I can go 2 days without eating that. Man, I got 2, 3 days. God, let's do 4, 5, 6, 7. Woo, God, I went a whole week without eating that. Okay, let me see what else I can do. Boom, I can do that too, God. Boom. You start to do difficult things, new things, and God's like, I told you could do that the whole time. I just wanted you to start. I just wanted you to have a little more belief in yourself. Faith of a mustard seed. I got you, son. I never led you astray. Listen, God didn't bring you this far just to leave you at that place. He got some more places for you to go, brother. So strap on your laces. Keep the small promises to yourself. I remember my mentor used to tell me, man, every day when you wake up in the morning, if you tell yourself you're going to make your bed. It builds your confidence. Every morning I got to make my bed and start to build my confidence. The little habits, keeping those promises to yourself does something to your subconscious mind. It gives you a win for the day. Calculate the small wins. The reason a lot of people don't do is because they lack the confidence that it will work. But when you have confidence that things are working in your life, you are like, okay, they're working in this area. They have to work over here. But if you're comfortable over here, you like, let me stay comfortable over here as well. So you're never growing. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Keep the small promises to yourself. Whether it be you said you were going to go to the gym and get on that treadmill for 20 minutes, keep that promise to yourself. It is going to build your confidence over time. Stack those small wins. Lean on God's power and not your own. This is something that I had to really learn because I used to look at a lot of people like, man, how are they so consistent? How are they so disciplined? How do they show up every day for themselves, even when they not making money, producing, no likes, how do you show up every day? And I always wondered, man, I would go up, I'll be super motivated, I'll fall off. Super motivated, I'll fall off. And I was like, why am I teeter-tottering? And God said, bro, son, it's because you're leaning on your own motivation, your own power. You're going to be up and down every single day. I am going to move your feet. I am going to have you speak on this podcast. I am going to fill that room. I didn't tell you to do all that by yourself. Allow me to work. Allow me to help. And so I had to sit back and allow God to help. So every day I'm in my Bible. I'm reading. I'm trying to get stronger mentally, physically, spiritually. Every day I'm in that Bible. Every day I'm reading that Bible. Every single day. Because that is what's keeping me consistent. That is what's keeping me doing the hard things, is because I know God got me. But if you're not meditating on his word, you will never know him for yourself. You have to learn God, learn his ways, learn how he blesses, learn how he sits people in still quiet rooms for months on end. I have been on this 2-year journey of finding who I really was, overcoming bad habits. And it's still a process. But you have to start. Lean on God, not your own. Get a mentor. This is very important. For me in the beginning, one thing my mentor used to tell me, hey, I know you guys don't have a whole lot of belief right now, but just borrow my belief, borrow my faith. And it used to propel me forward. I'm like, okay, listen, sometimes you need physical people to get you going. And it's sad because God is supposed to be that for you. He's your anchor. Physical people shouldn't, but sometimes you need that motivation from people you can see. And a mentor is always going to be that person because they hold you accountable. Your mentor is somebody that has higher faith, higher beliefs, a better income, everything. They mentoring you for a reason. They're better than you in some way or shape or form. And you want to be You admire that discipline and you want to get more focused. Get a mentor. Get somebody that's already doing it, whether that be a brother or sister in the church, whether that be somebody on social media who's doing something financially you like. Get a mentor. That is what helped me. Until you're able to navigate on your own, get a mentor. Everything, when it's brand new, it's going to be difficult. It's going to seem impossible. Get a mentor. Listen, this is probably the most important part about doing the difficult, doing what's hard. Stop worrying about failing. You don't fail until you stop. What do I mean by that? You have these big goals and dreams. You have a business, and maybe on month 12, you said we were going to make 100K on month 12. You didn't make 100K. You made 20K. Okay. You think you failed. You didn't fail. You learned a lesson. Okay. Why didn't I make 100K? Where did we go wrong? How can we do better next time? The failure comes when you do this. Oh man, that's not working. I wanted to make 100,000. I only made 20. This is not business, not for me. He made that much. She made that much. Why can't I make it? Come on, God. Why me? I thought you had my back. Come on, bro. That's not failing. That's you learning through the process. So the next time we doing 100K, boom, flat, have to, nothing else. I know I got all the matrix set up. I knew where we went wrong. I knew how many ads I needed to run. I knew how many people I need to connect with. I ran the numbers, boom. And the next time you like, okay, you do well over 100K because you learned. But if you would have never did that, went through that season of that 20K hurt, you would have never known how to pivot and go get that 100K. It's a learning curve. It's learning as you go. It's a journey. Fall in love with not hitting your goals. Fall in love with getting told no. Fall in love with adversity. Fall in love with it. Find a way to love when somebody says, no, I'm not supporting your business. Find a way to fall in love with, no, I'm not subscribing to your YouTube channel. Fall in love with, no, I'm not buying that merch. It's weak. Fall in love with, is bro scamming us? Fall in love with, do he really love God? Man, fall in love with the criticism, because you want to know what? You can be outside right now handing out $20 bills and somebody going to come past and say, why he ain't handing out $50 bills? Everybody has an excuse. Everybody has their whatever. Listen, I don't care what y'all talking about. I don't care what the next man got to say about me, bro. I don't care. God affirmed me already. I know where I'm going. I know my purpose. I know my path. I can't be moved off of that. I don't care who you are, what you bring to the table. I'm creating my own table. Stop thinking you're failing. You're failing forward. Failing forward. Look at it like that. You're failing forward. You're not failing back. So if you're failing forward, are you still progressing? You sure are. Think about that. Love the journey more than the results. Love the journey more than the results. Don't even think about the results. Just worry about being consistent. Tell myself for the next 3 months, I'm staying consistent. Don't worry about what comes from staying consistent. Don't worry about the likes that come from staying consistent. Just worry about staying consistent. So this word of the day comes from Matthew 7:13 through 14. And it says, enter through the narrow gate. Enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. So what is it saying? If you do what's easy, if you continue to do what's comfortable, it's going to lead to your destruction. It's going to lead to you failing. That failure that you're afraid of from moving forward is going to be the failure that you get from staying comfortable. It says, enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. Why is that? Everybody goes through that gate. It's wide, it's broad. It has no focus. It has no pinpoint. It has no direct aim. It has no alignment. When you're aligned and you're going in a straight and narrow and it's a small gate, most people don't do it. It's because it's something difficult to do. It's difficult to stay in alignment. And when you stay in alignment, that's when the blessings come. It says, broad is the road that leads to destruction and many enter through it. Then on 14, it goes on to say, but small is the gate and narrow the roads that lead to life, and only a few find it. Why is that? Most people lean on the comfortability, the things they already good at. They don't want to change. That's not really my thing. Not many people take that narrow gate. Not many people stay in alignment with God. Not many people get to the milk and honey. So if you're one of those people, you want to stay in alignment with God, do the difficult things. Challenge yourself. I hope you guys got some value from this. This was another episode of Word Wednesday. You guys stay tuned for the next episode because we only getting better. Thank you.